Hello wolves! Today we're here for a very exciting video because I'm going to talk about my TBR for the Polarthon. If you don't know what a Polarthon is, what have you been doing here like on my channel? Because I've been talking about the Polarthon for months now. I should be honest and say about a year now, because last year was actually the first edition. This time it's going to be the second edition, so I've been talking about it for a year, whatever. The Polarthon is basically a 1 week long readathon. It starts on February the 3rd until February 9th, so Monday to Sunday. It is hosted by Jade over at JadeyRaereads. Her channel will be linked down below. And oh my gosh, so it is about power fantasy. Power fantasy is actually a subgenre to fantasy, meaning a fantasy book with a wintry setting or some kind of snowy setting at some point. So yeah, it is Jay's favorite genre. So yeah, I didn't know it was actually mine because I didn't know it was actually a genre or whatever, but it is one of my all-time favorite genre. I didn't even know that, but whatever, we're here for my crazy TBR because it is a 1 week long readathon and I have 5 books. Like, I'm gonna read 5 books in 1 week. Not gonna happen, but at least I can try. Yeah. So this is something she created with the path, etc, etc. Go on her video, she explains everything. You can download it and whatever and make your own journey. And this is going to be mine. But I need my phone to remember because I cannot remember. What was that voice? Oh my gosh. So something you have to know is that you don't need to read only power fantasy in order to participate in that readathon. The actual only power fantasy is actually the last prompt, which is to read a power fantasy book. So out of my 5 books, I have 4 power fantasies because I love them and 1 that is not. So to pick actually my path, I didn't decide on the path or whatever. I just checked the books I had and see which prompt they would fit, like, kind of thing. So that's how I determined my path actually. And the first one I'm gonna go for is actually retelling, and for that I'm gonna read House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig, which is basically a retelling of 12 dancing princesses. It is actually, I mean, they said that it was darker than the real one, kind of thing. I'm really curious to know. It says here, when Annalise involvement with a mysterious stranger who has secrets of his own intensifies, it's a race to unravel the darkness that has fallen over her family before it claims her next. So it sounded interesting. It's not that huge, a little over 300 pages, and the cover is actually gorgeous. I haven't read it just because I had other books to read, but I will be very curious to know what it is about and how good it is. So yeah. Then if we continue on my path, I will go for Furry Friends, and for that I picked actually Of the Wandering Light by Heather Fawcett. In the first one, we follow characters going on a journey because she wants actually to claim a mountain, because she wants to create maps, and that's like a very good job with a very good reputation to be like, was an explorer, but there is a specific term for that. I cannot remember which one. And yeah, the main character wanted to be one, but she couldn't be one for some reason, and at the end she will go on that adventure, she will go to that mountain, etc. And it was full of lies and betrayals, but secrets and friendship and truth, etc. and family, and I really enjoyed it. And she had a little like fox kind of thing, a little thing, so Furry Friends, and I guess she's gonna have it in the second book as well, even if I see something else here on the cover, but I guess there is something here. I don't know. In the first one it had, so hopefully it will have in that one as well. And it is a power fantasy. I really love it, and the cover is gorgeous. The first one was actually the 5 stars, I think. Really enjoyed it, so I cannot wait to jump into that one. To be honest, I kept it for the Polarthon. So I bought it last year for the first Polarthon, so I wanted to read the first one and the sequel. I didn't manage to read the sequel, so I'm gonna read it now. I basically kept the book just for a readathon. It's just so stupid, but yeah. Then the third prompt I'm gonna go for is actually a journey, and this is Frost Heart that I picked by Jamie Littler, which is a book that a lot of you have read during the Believeathon, and it is one of Gabe's all-time favorite, and apparently Jade loved it as much. I think, if I remember well, so many people loved it, so I'm really curious to see what it is about. It is a middle grade pop fantasy. I totally forgot what it is about, but step on board the Frost Heart and join the adventures, find his family, magical powers, blah blah blah. It sounded very interesting. I really do love the cover. I never seen anything like that, not that I own kind of thing, but I really do love it. Inside it's written here, there was a kind of magic of the words that filled him with hope and tasted like adventure. Frost Heart. It's just gorgeous. You have, like, I think illustrations in it. Yeah, amazing. I honestly cannot wait to read that one. Then I will go with Icy Magic, and for that I picked Through the White Hood by Jessica Leake. So she wrote Beyond the Darknet Shore, which I really loved because it was interesting. Not my all-time favorite, but I really loved it and enjoyed it. So I decided to pick her other book, which has nothing to do with the first book, but apparently you have to read the first book or whatever. I don't know if that's because other characters are coming back here, or because the magic system or the word is kind of similar to the other one, so it's better to have an introduction with the first book or whatever. I have no idea. But in this, Katya's powers to freeze anything she touches has made her an outcast in her isolated village. So it has ice magic in it, and apparently she's gonna meet someone, if I remember well. Let me read you the synopsis. Katya's powers to freeze anything she touches has made her an outcast in her isolated village, and when she loses control over her ability, accidentally killing several villagers, she's banished to the palace of the terrifying Prince Alexander in Kiev. At the castle, though, she's surprised to find that Alexander, or Sasha, as he prefers to be called, is just like her, with his own strange talent, the ability to summon fire. Instead of punishment, Sasha offers Katya friendship and the chance to embrace her power rather than fear it. But outside the walls of Kiev, Sasha's enemies have organized their own army of people who can control the very heart. Bent on taking over the entire world, they won't stop until they've destroyed everything. Katya and Sasha are desperate to stop the encroaching army, and together their powers are a fearsome weapon. But as the enemies draw nearer, leaving destruction in their wake, will fire and frost be enough to save the world, or will they lose everything they hold dear? So I want to read that one. So the last one is actually pop fantasy. I don't know what book to read. Is that a surprise, because I want that pop fantasy to be actually perfect. So I have Uprooted that I could read, or Hunted. I have The Girl in the Tower, so the sequel to The Bear and the Nightingale. I have Spinning Silver, and I also have Song of the Fox. I think I'm gonna actually pick that one because it has been on my TBR for so long and it sounds interesting, but it is a chunker, not a chunker, but it's like 300 pages as well, but it feels so much heavier, but tiny font. And it says here, as the winter ice begins to thaw, the fury of a demon builds, all because one girl couldn't stay dead. Ron Harkin considers herself a typical high school student, dead parents, an infected eyeball, and living in the house of her estranged, currently comatose grandmother. Well, maybe not so typical. But she's uncovering the depth of the secrets her family left behind, saved from the grasp of death itself, by a powerful fox spirit named Seal. Ron must harness mysterious ancient power, and quickly. A snake monster called Zabor lies in wait in the bed of the frozen Assiniboine River, hungry for the sacrifice of spirit blood in exchange for keeping the fluid water at bay. Thrust onto an ancient battlefield, Ron soon realizes that to maintain the balance of the world, she will have to sacrifice more than her life in order to take her place as Song of the Fox. American Gods meet Princess Mononoke in the powerful first installment of a trilogy sure to capture the imagination of readers everywhere. I didn't know it was a series actually, so I should maybe read that one sooner than later and check if I love it to get the sequels. Okay, well, so that's it for my TBR. I hope I won't change my mind. I don't think so. But yeah, these are all wonderful books that I cannot wait to dive into. And yeah, let me know in the comment section if you are doing that readathon, what books you're planning on reading. Link down below your video if you filmed like a TBR or whatever. I would love to watch it. But yeah, well, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to be a part of the pack. Talk to me in the comment section as usual. And until next time, take care, wolves. Bye.